Tamar, girl, why you wiping off the sweat from Birdman's head like that? If it was about support, you should have been in the audience. Baby, you don't do that, and especially after the recent rumors that y'all have been sleeping with each other. Child, could Birdman be Toni's ex that Tawanda accused Tamar of sleeping with a few times?
Demand my address! I'm not expecting y'all to really give a about me. What I am asking about is my child.
Do I know where you live?
Well, of course you don't come. So
Exactly.
my thing,
So how would I
I know
give
where
it
you
to
live because I put down your down payment.
Beautiful.
And you've been stealing from me for the past couple years on my credit cards. And help
But
me.
what you steal?
I don't steal anything.
You don't? You sold men.
Who's the man that I stole?
Tony's. You slept with them
Oh,
a few times.
Who? What man?
Do not get the link.
Oh, dirty low down ass bitch.
Oh, you're such a liar. Such a liar.
Man, he said he to one.
You know that's a lie.
I swear
You
to
know
God.
that's a lie. Which part are you trying
I swear. Your man for? You think I too? Don't you? Don't put your hand on me.
Also, why are we just finding out now that Tamar and Birdman may have had something going on back in the day, and that Birdman has allegedly responded to the tea? Sheesh. If you thought it was already messy, I hope you are grabbing on to something, cause this is one hell of a roller coaster. So the thing is, Birdman, Manny Fresh, and other Cash Money artists hit the stage to go up against Master P and his No Limit artists in a versus battle, and it all went down in Las Vegas during Complex Con. Toni Braxton was noticeably missing from the stage, but her sister Tamar was loud and proud in the middle of the stage with her brother-in-law, and she was not only seen twerking and bopping her head to all the hits played from both sides, she was also seen getting a little too cozy with her brother-in-law. Needless to say, the internet went crazy with people saying that there is no way on earth it was okay for Tamar to be touching her brother-in-law and wiping off the sweat from his head like that. First of all, for those who are even surprised there is a relationship and a whole marriage between Birdman and Toni, let's address that first. See, when they first started dating around 2015, both Toni and Birdman talked about the possibility of a marriage, but the wedding never actually happened, and Toni said they kept pushing the date because of work commitments, but that was just total BS. If she wanted to marry the man, she could have. Well, Birdman did eventually propose, and Toni even captioned photos from the moment a couple minutes before we got engaged, then 24 hours after. One photo featured the couple taking a selfie, and the other found them hugged up with Toni's new rock on prominent display. At the time, Birdman even spoke to Wendy Williams and gushed over Toni, telling Wendy that Toni was his love, his soldier, his life, his everything, and he loved her to death.
Are you guys a couple?
Well, T, that's my girl, my friend, my family.
Do you have...
That's my love, my soldier, my life. She my everything, and I trust
Because you
her.
bought her a Bentley truck.
Yes,
So the implication is that's your girlfriend.
she my life.
For her part, Toni also spoke about the engagement, and she said they almost had a date. In fact, 2 dates, but they were doing Braxton family values and they were going through a little drama. And she was like, the wedding is a good thing to get all the sisters together. Unfortunately, she couldn't get them all together.
But there's no date.
There's no date. We almost had a date. Well, we had 2 dates, but we were doing Braxton family values and we were going through a little drama. And I was like, okay, the wedding is a good thing to get all the sisters together.
Yeah.
But I couldn't get us all together. And I said, the wedding's not a good reason because it's messing up my relationship a little bit. He's like, come on, Michelle, set a date. I know.
That's what he calls you?
He calls me Michelle. Doesn't call me Toni at all. That's my middle name, Toni Michelle. Yeah.
Set a date.
He said before the year's out, so I have, what, a couple weeks.
Couple weeks.
Yeah.
So he's 45, you're 51.
He's 49.
49.
Then the next thing we knew, the two broke up in 2019, and at the time, Birdman wrote a solitary and cryptic "It's over" caption on his Instagram, and then proceeded to delete every picture of Toni from his account. On the other hand, Toni posted a pic of herself in a red gown and wrote in the caption, "Starting a new chapter isn't always an easy choice, but always choose to be chosen. Cheers to a new year." However, the two then appeared to reconcile weeks later after reuniting on stage during Toni's tour stop in Atlanta, Georgia at the Fox Theater. But then, in December 2023, Toni shut down marriage rumors, writing, #fake news. My dear friend at Birdman and I are not married, never been married. We are both single, honey. In a rather shocking turn of events, we found that they actually got married, then separated after 48 hours. In court documents I got my hands on, Toni and Birdman used only their initials, TB and BW. And while they probably hoped the details would remain a secret, It didn't take much to realize that the documents were about Toni and Birdman. Now, based on the court documents, Toni and Birdman secretly married on the 8th of August, 2024, and it says there that they separated on August 10th. Then, Toni filed for divorce 2 weeks later, and in the docs, Toni and her attorney called the marriage irretrievably broken. Well, here's another plot twist to the situation. Yes, they separated just 2 days after getting married, but Toni dismissed the divorce petition in January 2025, and Birdman signed off on that too. So, as of now, they're legally still husband and wife. And courtesy of Tamar's recent drama, we have learned that Birdman and Toni are still together. And when Toni is not available, Tamar steps in to support her husband, supposedly. Oh, in case you were wondering, Tamar Braxton doesn't care about all this speculation and chit-chat about the inappropriateness of wiping sweat off Birdman's head. She actually clapped back at a fan on X who asked why she went on stage with her sister's man and said, "'Cause she couldn't be here and she loved her husband, so I'ma hold it down for her and my brother." Actually, while they were still at the event, Birdman FaceTimed Toni, who was casually chilling at home, and Tamar hopped on the call, talking about how great Birdman was. Toni rocked some shades and a sleek black turtleneck, giving a peek at her luxe background, which Tamar said was the big, beautiful house Birdman bought for her. And when Tamar told Toni that the Cash Money vs. No Limit Versus was the biggest show ever, Toni replied, "Oh, I would think so. Of course it was."
Hey. You killed it, man. Babe, I was trying to go crazy. I wanted to call him.
Was the #1 trending topic. I tried to tell him, I showed him. He don't know what that is. I'm like,
I don't know that.
bro, you the #1 trending topic in the world. Come on, Toni Braxton.
Yeah, she thinks she's
She look good, fan.
Talk TV, stop. Stop acting like you all.
Regardless of what Tamar said, fans said that it was still weird for her to be acting like that on stage, especially since Tamar was being accused of hooking up with Birdman literally days before she was wiping off sweat from his bald head. For reference, during an episode of The Braxtons, Tawanda Braxton accused Tamar of sleeping with one of Toni's ex-boyfriends. The show beeped out the name in the clip, but viewers and tabloids immediately speculated, and many pointed to Birdman because of his high-profile relationship with Toni.
The man, my address. I'm not expecting y'all to really give a about me. What I am asking about is my child.
Do I know where you live?
Well, of course you don't come. So
Exactly.
my
So
thing,
how would I
I know
give
where
it
you
to
live because I put down your down payment.
Beautiful.
And you've been stealing from me for the past couple years on my credit cards and help
But
me.
what you steal?
I don't steal anything.
You don't? You sold men.
Who's the man that I stole?
Tony's. You slept with them
Oh,
a few times.
Who? What man?
You not get the lead.
Oh, dirty low down ass bitch.
Oh, you're
So
such
now
a
you
liar.
think I-
Such
my
a
sister's
liar.
Man, he said he Tawanda.
You know that's a lie.
I swear
You
to
know
God.
that's a lie.
I
Which
swear.
God are you trying to?
I swear. Your man for? You think I too? Don't you? Don't put your hand on me.
It also doesn't help that there have been reports claiming that Toni and Tamar have had issues for a while now, and Toni only found out on Tamar's last birthday when she realized she had been blocked. Toni herself shared that she might have been blocked by her sister when she wrote, "I wanted to repost that gorgeous picture of you, but I'm blocked? Again?" Anyway, happy birthday, Tay. On the other hand, Tamar said that was pure gaslighting because Toni could have just called her. Tamar later posted screenshots of a text message thread between her and her sister in her Instagram story that showed them trying to pinpoint which city the other was located in just a day prior. Also, can we talk about Birdman for a second? He didn't look uncomfortable at all. If anything, he looked like he was enjoying every second of it. So now people are wondering whether there was more to that chemistry than just old family friendship? Well, as it turns out, Tamar and Birdman allegedly dated in the past. Word on the street has always been that Tamar and Birdman allegedly dated way back in the early 2000s, long before Toni ever got with him. Back then, it was just whispers, and nothing was ever confirmed, but people in the industry said the two were real close, like late-night studio sessions, phone calls, little appearances at each other's events, kinda close. The rumor was that things fizzled out quietly, but the friendship stayed. And now, years later, here they are, on stage together, looking a little too comfortable for folks to believe it's all innocent. I mean, that could explain why Tamar didn't see anything wrong with being all up on Birdman, wiping his sweat, and giggling like that, because maybe, to her, it's just old chemistry resurfacing. familiar energy. You know how sometimes you've got history with someone and you just fall back into that easy vibe without even realizing how it looks? Yeah, that might be what's going on here. Then, when we consider that Tawanda accused Tamar of hooking up with Tony's ex, this just makes everything more bizarre. Honestly, something feels off. Either the Braxton sisters are about to give us the plot twist of the year, or this whole thing is one giant misunderstanding that's spiraling out of control. But with the way social media is dissecting every second of that video, it's clear one thing. Whatever went down on that stage, it didn't look innocent to anybody watching. And to a lot of people, the fact Tamar dated Birdman first, and then he and Toni dated and got married, is even more disturbing. I don't even know what to think anymore, but you let me know your thoughts in the comments section below.